Like most recent college grads, Adam Thielen needed a job. Even most college football players, as they say, go pro in something other than sports, especially Division II. With NFL odds as long as Thielen's, he needed a backup plan.
So I said, I will let my manager know, and got his resume.
A family friend lined him up with a job interview where she worked, with Patterson Companies at their corporate headquarters in Mendota Heights.
It's probably the Fortune 500 company you haven't heard of in the Twin Cities. We sell dental and animal health supplies.
In other words, when your dentist gets a drill, they probably get it from Patterson.
It's different.
The interview was with Tim Suizo.
I'm the director of IT.
So you're the hiring and firing guy too then?
I'll go with hiring, yeah. No, I am.
Technically a paid internship for recent college graduates, it was a foot in the door into corporate America.
I've done a lot of interviews over the years.
But there was one he'll never forget.
There was 4 of us in the room that were interviewing this guy, and by the name of Adam Thielen was the name.
So this is the room you interviewed him in, right?
Yes, it was. So, I mean, it's...
So I'm sitting where he was, and...
Probably, yeah. And he was just a great fit for what we were looking for. So we offered him the job, and he accepted the job. And it was for a business analyst.
But just a short time later, Thielen had to call back. The Vikings had offered him a job too.
And I'm like, the Vikings? I'm like, that's a much better job than the internship that we had lined up.
Thielen had been up front during the interview that he had a tryout with the Vikings coming up, but that did little to curtail the surprise.
When we interview interns, we always ask them, you know, hey, if money was no object, what would you be doing? But you had to work. And he actually answered, I'd be in the NFL. And I was like, okay. He explained a little bit how it's like that's been his dream forever. And I'm like, that sounds great. And then next thing you know, I'm calling and he's turning down the internship because he actually did it.
When he told you that, did you think, yeah, that's great, but we'll probably be seeing you down the hall here in a little bit?
I mean, a little bit. I mean, how many people actually make it in the NFL, right? And to add on top of it, the undrafted Division II from Minnesota State. I mean, the odds were stacked against him, but you can see that he definitely prevailed. It's probably for the better. I think a lot of people are happier where he is now.
Are you a Vikings fan?
I am a Vikings fan.
So you're fine with this whole
I am. I actually, after we interviewed him, after I found out he made the practice squad, I actually started following his career a lot closer.
I mean, the guy's a Pro Bowler.
Yeah.
Like, what's it been like for you to see his career take off like this?
Honestly, it's just fantastic. And it's just, I'll say it again, I mean, it's a great success story.
Do you ever think, like, this guy was, like, nearly in the cubicle down the hall from me?
I do, and I would say, if he ever wants to stop by and take the internship for a day or two, we definitely offer it.
The coolest part that I think is that you can see somebody chase a big dream, like a huge dream. And I love that my daughters can see that you can have a dream that might be a long shot, it might be huge, but you're going to have people around you loving you and supporting you and cheering you on.
Like the folks at Patterson. For them, to have a connection to one of the NFL's best stories is something they're awfully proud of.
Yeah, that's been exciting.
David McCoy, WCCO 4 Sports.